It temporarily blinded me!
What you mean temporarily? Bitch, you blind forever.
Dispatch is a decision-making, immersive story that takes gameplay elements from the Telltale games and This Is the Police, and brings them to the world of superheroes. It follows Robert Robertson, the third Mecha Man who takes up a desk job as a dispatcher for the SDN after his suit is broken by his arch-nemesis, Shroud. Whilst repairs are made on his suit, Robert takes charge of dispatching the heroes of the Phoenix Project, a group of reformed villains known as Z-Team, who are sent on missions to make up for their past. With its overwhelmingly positive reception and numerous awards, I knew I had to try it out and see what all the hype was about. For me, when playing this kind of game, the most important element that has to work in order for it to succeed is the writing, a good story and well-developed characters. And for the most part, Dispatch really hits the nail on the head. It's an R-rated, adult humour take on superheroes, and the writers really embrace this. However, it falls into the same trap as the TV show The Boys, where it relies very heavily on sex jokes to prove just how edgy it really is.
I am reminded that I do have something to give you. The knowledge that I have seen each and every one of your assholes.
Excuse me?
Why are his nuts out?
Oh, thought that was normal. You mind helping him?
Why would you crinkle cut your balls through your zipper if you don't have... What are you asking me?
Personally, I found that it became a little distasteful pretty early on, and I would audibly groan whenever another dick joke was haphazardly thrown in. I just don't find it funny. But maybe I'm a killjoy, who knows. Fortunately, that is my only real complaint when it comes to the writing. Everything else is pretty well executed. Robert as a protagonist is very easy to root for, and as you progress and make choices as Robert, you get to shape him into your own hero, whose decisions really feel like they make a difference. It is Robert's connections with others, however, that really cements this character into being something special. Z-Team are a bunch of almost stereotypical villain outcasts who have done terrible things but are trying to atone for their crimes. They are hot-headed, constantly bickering, and sometimes straight up ignore you when you try and give them directions. But this is what makes the progression of the story so good. The gradual bond where they go from reluctant colleagues...
You can talk to me.
I wasn't talking to you, bitch. Which weak-ass superhero team did you come from? Fucking Geek Squad?
Doesn't matter where I'm from, Cardi C. What matters is I'm here to figure out who stays and who goes.
Yeah, chill out, lady. Ha ha. Let the man talk.
Okay, whoa.
You talking shit, you hipster motherfucker? Over here looking like Mumford fucked all his sons.
That was funny. See? We're just busting balls.
into being a dysfunctional family is extremely rewarding.
Somebody would say hot dog. Hot dog over here, finally pulling her weight.
The fuck is this?
Maybe you should let a nice mama be nice every now and then.
Okay. Okay. Chill out, weirdos.
And you really grow to love the dynamic they have with each other. Whilst all of Z-Team get snappy one-liners and memorable moments, Invisigal, Blonde Blazer, Chase and Royd probably get the most important story beats and individual growth. Now, Invisigal is probably going to be my first real unpopular opinion, as I just didn't really like her. I understand that she's supposed to be the one grappling most with her identity, but I just found that her actions were infuriating. You have the option to shape her ending based on your responses both as a leader and as a possible love interest. But despite getting that hero ending, she annoyed me so many times throughout the story that I actually got audibly grated by her responses sometimes. As you can probably guess by what I just said, I ended up romancing Blonde Blazer, and I'm content with that choice. Call me vanilla, but I like the generic good guys who are low-key a train wreck. The chemistry between Robert and Blazer from episode 1 to 8 is cute, and the ending for them on the romance path is satisfactory. Moving on to the gameplay, that falls into 3 distinct mechanics: quick-time events and response picking during the cutscenes, dispatching, of course, and a hacking minigame that was continually the bane of my existence. The quick-time events and response picking are self-explanatory. During cutscenes, you'll sometimes be required to press a certain button to complete an action or win a fight. This is most prevalent in the opening and ending chapters. I don't mind quick-time events, but it ruined the end fight for me, as I was more concentrated on the button prompts popping up, rather than being able to watch the animation. That looked pretty good, at least it did from the corner of my eye. I wish I'd been able to just sit back and watch it like the climax of a huge cinematic experience. The response picking is exactly the same as in Telltale games. You get given some response options and have to select one within the time given. Easy stuff. But as I said before, the responses feel more impactful than Telltale's, which always almost seem to end the same. no matter the option you pick. Here, there isn't really that forced sense of choice. The dispatching element is what I would consider to be the main gameplay loop. Now, if you've played This Is the Police, it is essentially the exact same game, but far more fun to play. As the dispatcher, you are tasked with sending members of Z-Team to various incidents which you think would benefit from their specific skill set. You have to prioritize certain events and man-manage the team so you can respond to everything, whilst also allowing for travel and rest time. Sometimes the heroes will be disrupted and ask for guidance on the next step to take. You must choose the option that best fits the skill sets of the heroes you've sent. After each dispatch, you need to review the performance. You are shown a graph that shows the requirements which you need to have matched as much as you can with the hero's attributes in order to succeed. There is a small ball that pings around the required field, and if it lands within the hero's overlapping attributes, then you win. Sometimes the ball just wouldn't land where I needed it to though, even with an over 70% chance of success, so there is an RNG element if you haven't got the whole graph covered. Success results in leveling up both for yourself and the Z-Team members that went on the mission, unless it was a special one that grants the whole team XP. When they level up, you can assign attribute points to further your chance of success in later dispatches. If you fail, your hero can become injured, reducing their effectiveness in carrying out tasks. Each hero can also go and train with Blonde Blazer in order to unlock unique skills. It's a really rewarding gameplay loop and can be quite addictive. Funnily enough, I found myself getting the most into it by the last chapter, and then feeling sad that I had no more dispatches to make. What I was not sad to see the back of though, was hacking. For me, it felt like the science minigames in Spider-Man, which are just thrown in there and are completely unfun to execute. I understand that from a story perspective it makes Robert less of a passive part of the team, allows him to be an active hero, blah blah blah, but I just couldn't enjoy it. They weren't necessarily hard, but I found that they were very tedious, and especially repetitive without reward. I wish I could have just had them auto-solved by my 4th hack. Overall, however, Dispatch was such a fun experience. I would absolutely love an animated TV show based on this world to expand on all the characters. Perhaps they could even do a second game like Telltale. Whatever happens, I'm glad that I played this game, and who knows, maybe I'll play it again in the future and take some of the different pathways.